Hi guys, welcome back to season 3 of Dearborn Girl. I'm Muslim Gangster, and today we're back. I'm here with a couple of strangers. So on this season, the theme this season is that you've never met a stranger here in Dearborn. So I've grabbed a couple girls from Dearborn, and we're just gonna be playing a game. In front of me here are a couple of questions that we'll be asking each other and answering. And yeah, so let me introduce the panel. Go ahead.
I'm Sarah Al-Qadre.
I'm Zena Issa. Mariam Issa.
I'm Mariam Issa.
They heard you. Okay, my name is Noora, but everyone knows me as Muslim Gangster. So
The Muslim gangster.
yeah, the real Muslim Gangster.
The OG.
Okay, let's get started. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Woo! Nerves.
Okay.
Who or what are you most protective of? My faith.
Okay.
I'm so protective over my faith because it's so easy to lose and I've lost it before.
I love that.
It's so hard to keep it. So whenever someone gets in my way and they're like challenging me, I'm like, stop. God
It's good that you're able
first.
to realize that. That's really cool.
Yeah, good for you.
I mean, it took time. I mean, it's not a straight path.
No, but you said you lost it before.
Oh,
so
yeah.
That's like a,
And it's scary.
yeah,
Like when you lose it for like a good like year.
right. But
So-
it's good to know you can get back.
Oh, you can get back. So I'm gonna be honest. Last May till like 2 months ago, I lost my faith.
Okay.
Like I was just like, what's the point?
Yeah.
And it took so much digging, and I'm at like my peak right now, and I'm so protective over it. Like no one can take this from me.
I love that.
Like,
That's
no way.
So nice.
Alright, do you guys want to answer it?
I think I'm really protective over my sister. I'm like angry protective. I'm so mean. Like if someone wrongs me, I don't care. I'm not fazed. But if someone wrongs my sister, I want to claw them. Like I genuinely want to fight them. And
Is
it's
she
so
younger?
bad. She is younger than me, and I'm like, call her out. I'm like, be petty, do this, like stand up for yourself. She's like, Noora, I don't want to cause any drama. I'm like, no, honey, you're gonna stand up for yourself. She's like, it's okay.
I think I'm the same with my
Yeah.
sister, but she's my older sister. I feel like I'm
Yeah.
protective over her, and like I don't even realize that I'm protective over
Until
her,
I
and
step
I
out.
shouldn't be
Yeah.
because she's way older than me. Like she has 6 years on me, so it's like. But then I see her in like these instances, and then I just find myself getting so aggressive, and I'm like, why do I care?
Yeah.
So much? She's old.
She can
like,
handle
she can
herself.
handle her own, but I get so protective. I don't know.
Okay.
I guess because she's more like faqira. I don't know
Yeah.
if that's what's faqira in English. Like more.
Yeah, like just like
poor.
like innocent
No, like
hearted.
innocent. She's more,
Innocent,
she's more
innocent.
than like.
Kind of like let people walk over.
No, not to that.
Okay.
Not really. She's kind of.
But she doesn't see. She doesn't see
Yeah.
that
Naive,
someone's
yeah.
doing
So
her
I'm
wrong.
definitely
Okay,
super
okay.
protective over her. Shout out.
What about you?
Oh, I have 4 older brothers, so I don't.
They're protective
Not that I
over
don't
you.
care about them, but I don't care to protect them.
Okay.
What am I protective of? I guess myself. Like I'm a pretty vulnerable
I love
person
that.
often. So I've gone through a lot of situations where I've learned that, you know, I have to have somewhat of a guard, and that doesn't
Yeah.
mean I'm not myself, but I learned to know who to give myself
Yeah.
to. if that
I
makes
actually really
sense.
like
yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
One of
I
my
like that.
friends the other day actually told me that. She's like, Noora, something I really like about you is that when you realize something is bad for you, like detaching yourself from it is gonna hurt you, you still do it. Like you still go ahead and detach yourself from it, knowing that it's gonna like harm you in the future if you hold on to it. And I was like,
That's a
that
good habit.
really opened like me up. I'm like, okay, I
Yeah.
guess I am protecting myself.
I
in a
guess
way.
bad habits in our
Yeah.
community, especially like within women, we definitely don't do that. Like we're so
Yeah.
not protective of ourselves. We
Yeah.
have this instinct to protect whoever's like our loved ones and like our children and like our husbands or whoever.
But we forget ourselves.
And then we forget
Right.
ourselves. I feel like that's so common in our community.
So that's super important.
Yeah,
definitely. I
like
think
that.
that's
Yeah.
maybe most important.
Takes
I love
practice.
Should we
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do another one.
next talk about someone who inspires you? You
Who
inspire
inspired?
me.
Oh, stop saying that. You're so annoying. Say it, okay.
No, someone else take this. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't.
I'm kidding.
I know. If no one wants to go, I
Go.
don't want to be the first one always.
Okay.
But my mom inspires me
Okay.
because I feel like she's gone through hell and back,
Mhm.
and I'm like, okay, if she got through that, then I can get whatever I'm going through. So she inspires me, like everything, and like how she like keeps herself poised in
I
like
love that.
situations, and like she's like calm, collected, and like later she'll be like, okay, I have a plan. Like
Nice.
that's how that inspires me. Like if I am like the tiniest bit like her when I'm older, then
You're good.
then I'm good.
That's sweet.
To fall back on what I was saying about Muslim gangster being my inspiration.
Oh my god.
What I mean by that, you're not my inspiration.
I'm gonna make that my ringtone. No, I'm making that my ringtone. Wake up in the morning. I'm
is
listening.
my inspiration.
No, honestly, I feel like to back that up, I feel like in general, just artists are
Yeah.
a big inspiration to me.
Art.
I look after artists like.
Yeah. She's an
Especially
artist.
people I know. You told
She's
me
amazing.
You said that.
Thank you.
Because
Oh my
I'm an
God.
artist, and I feel like in instances where I just like kind of am scared to like kind of show my art form, I feel like when I look towards people that are so like they don't care about what people say and they're so themselves, I feel like it gives me kind of a platform to just
So
be
you're an
myself.
artist.
Yeah, I'm an artist too.
Okay.
But I draw yeah.
That's
so.
art. Yeah. No
Being an
but.
artist is hard though.
Yeah.
It is.
But it's
it's
so hard.
fun,
You guys
but-
can collaborate on.
Well, it's just interesting because I agree. I think that like, I mean, any form of art is vulnerable, right? You're like sharing a piece
Yeah.
of yourself that you
Exactly.
can't necessarily
Absolutely.
communicate with words. So
I love
that's
that.
a big part of you.
And when you inspire people to do it, you also just feel so like empowered. And,
Yeah.
You know, like I used to write on Instagram, and these girls like when I was in Iraq, so I used to write, and I would be like the only Instagram that would really like, and I had a following, and it was like a big thing at school and stuff like that, and I had a writing, like it was like poetry and different stuff. So then people would come to me and be like, "Do you think I should start? Like I have the same passion as you. Is it like how did you do this? How'd you do that?" And I'm
Yeah.
like, literally, just go for it. Just do
Yeah,
it. Like be
literally.
vulnerable online. Like it's not that big of a deal to be vulnerable
Yeah.
in front of people. So.
Good for you. Yeah, that's
Shout.
huge.
Okay. Okay. Next question?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll pick a random. What dreams are you most afraid to ask for? Wow.
Ooh, this is a big one. Iraqi
So it's like a
community.
dream that you have, and you're like, I don't know, maybe afraid to get it, or afraid to not get it.
Success.
Yeah.
Because I don't think you can ask for it. That's one thing. But it's like, I don't know, everyone wants to
Yeah.
be successful,
Yeah.
right? But I would have to say that the work that comes with it it's scary
Yeah.
to look at. But yeah, I think it's I don't know. I can't even like explain it. Yeah, dreams
Yeah.
success would be the scariest one actually.
Okay.
Because then you're in a platform in a position where you have to like
And then you
Keep it
become a
going.
mentor.
yeah, right? That's
How
so
did you
pressure.
become successful?
Right.
You're like,
I don't know.
And just
I'm
getting there
tired.
in like the first place is hard. Like
Yeah.
getting there.
Really?
And like the fear of failing is so huge in
Right.
the minds of people that you could get close to it and then just like stop and fail because you're like, you know what, I'm not worth it. I can't do it. Like this is so
Right.
hard. Like let me just back out.
do you
So
guys
that's
have any
hard, too.
specific dreams?
I feel like I do. I feel like I ask for this dream, and I'm afraid that it won't come true. Like I want to be a trauma surgeon, and like it's my biggest dream. Like the biggest thing I want to do is be a surgeon, but it's like, what if I don't get into med school, or what if I do and it doesn't work out? Like I'm like, God, you cannot plant this passion in me and then tell me I can't do it. No. So like that's something that's like constant in the back of my head. But like I have this kind of like resilience. It's like I don't care if I get rejected from all the med schools in the world. I will be knocking on your door every year until
I also
do.
noticed that in you. Like
Yeah.
I don't know you too well, but I also
Yeah.
see that
Really?
in you.
Yeah, I don't.
Like I feel like you just keep going. Like
Yeah.
you're very consistent with that.
Thank you. So I don't know.
I actually have
to
a
be a fan.
specific dream that I'm terrified of.
Okay.
Like if it happens, like but
But
I
I
want
love
it to
that, but
happen,
that's a good
but I'm
thing.
terrified if it
Okay.
happens.
What is it?
Like so, I act, and I love to act,
Yeah.
and I feel like I'm pretty darn good.
Mm-hmm.
If I do say so myself. But I'm terrified.
Of becoming a.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I don't want to, but I want it. I don't know. Does that make sense? Because like
success and like
there's more to
Eyes
it
on
because
you?
I am Arab and I am a
Hijabi.
and I do have Iraqi strict parents and like they support me, but like if I do ever make it, like that's
What then? Like you're making yourself happy, and then it's like,
It's-
Mama, Baba.
Yeah.
Take that video off right now.
like even with
Yeah.
like YouTube and all and my Instagram, they're like take it down or put it away, and I'm like sure, but I don't.
I think like when the time comes, it'll kind of be like it is what it is.
Yeah.
If it comes, I mean, I'm not like it's not number one on my list, but it's like my passion. It's like I
Yeah.
love it, but I don't have to. It's really confusing. All I know is that I'm terrified. I'll start shaking right now. Like that's serious. It just scares me.
Okay.
Sure it's not the fasting? Low blood sugar?
Intermittent fasting I'm on right now.
Maybe.
I eat at 2 p.m.
Okay.
You know, 6
Intermittent fasting.
I don't eat.
I don't eat.
I saw a tweet about that and I was like, yeah, I can't do that. I snack way too much. Ooh. All right. I feel like this kind of goes hand in hand, but what keeps you up at night?
my exams.
Yeah. Okay, like in general or currently?
Yeah.
Let's do currently.
That's
Okay,
I like
currently I am planning the gala,
Oh, okay.
and I like before I sleep every night I make a to-do list of everything that I have to do the next day, and then I'm literally texting people at 3 a.m. I'm like, buy this, do this, like message her, email her, and I'm like, okay. You need to sleep, Noora.
Yeah.
Like,
You're
so-
also a student.
yeah. No, I've literally put my education on the back burner for this month. And I'll come back in March.
So funny.
Okay. What about you?
Something that keeps me up at night. I think just like, damn, that's a hard one.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot. I don't sleep.
You don't sleep, no.
I haven't sounded, to be honest.
What do you do when you're up?
Honestly, I talk to my cousin because she's always up studying. She's in
Okay.
pharmacy school.
That's cute.
So we just talk and we study together. So I usually study, but study is more of like, it's not, I'm not staying awake for studying. I'm just awake. So I'm like, what do I do right now? Because I really just don't sleep. But yeah, I don't know. Mostly just like anxiety keeps me up.
Yeah.
I have a lot of anxiety throughout the day. So I definitely just like, I'm just constantly thinking.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You
Just
know what
like the
keeps me
worries
up?
of life.
Like this is super vulnerable, and I don't know why I'm being so open. Like y'all don't deserve this, but I'm joking. What keeps? Why am I saying this? What keeps me up at night is relationship anxiety.
Really?
Yeah.
You said relationship anxiety?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, will I ever find someone? Because
Okay.
I've never dated. I've never even talked to a guy. I don't have feelings. Like,
That's such a lie.
I swear, like, I don't have feelings for a guy.
But,
And I'm
you,
like,
oh,
but you
well,
thought a
that's
guy is
probably-
cute.
oh, hell yeah.
No,
but
I
and
thought
then,
you
and
were
then
talking
you
about-
wanted to go out with him? I don't do that.
Wait, how old are you?
I'm 20.
Oh my
And
god.
I don't know.
No
and
one's worth dating at this time anyway. You're fine.
How old
Trust
are
me.
you, Sarah?
22. I act like I'm so much older.
A
but
whole 2 years.
No, it's just like, it's weird because all my friends are getting engaged and married.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Especially in
haha.
our community, it's like
Oh my
such a thing right
goodness.
now.
And I'm like, so ain't nobody knocking on the door? Like, what's up?
Well, no one knows your address. Put it out there and then they'll come.
7
You're so annoying.
I'm joking. But that it's just I don't know, that keeps me up. I'm like,
Okay.
I think
I'm
that's
weird.
a fair thing.
Yeah.
Am I the only one?
No.
No.
Girls,
Yeah.
No.
I know
I
a
feel
lot
like
of girls who
in
are,
our
they have that
community right
fear. Like,
now-
what if I don't find someone? You will, but you have a lot going on for you right now.
I
so
do.
focus on that.
I am.
That's my
And
motto.
there's
lately.
so many people to see, so many
Yeah.
people to meet.
And
like,
God is the best planner. So
Yeah.
I shut up. I'll just stay quiet.
Something I tell myself like about relationships. It's like I have so much going on in my life, like so much opportunities, and like so much is coming my way. I cannot entertain someone. Like, I cannot.
Yeah.
Like I genuinely, I don't see myself being able to
That's
cater to someone's
empowering,
feelings.
though. That's so empowering.
It is.
I
Yeah.
love
I
feeling
feel like it's
that
a
way.
blessing from
But
God.
why do you say entertaining? Like I
Because
see it
it's
as
like-
a partner.
It is, but it's like
If you have to entertain, then that's not someone for you. Like
That's true.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
at the
Maybe I
same
should
time,
change
it
my
takes a lot
wording.
out of you.
It does. Like you have to talk to someone. and
Yeah,
I
on a
don't- I talk
daily,
to
and you
myself,
have
I'm good.
obligations and you have responsibilities, and it's just like,
It does.
I
Like
don't
I'm
know.
I'm very like busy, and I'm like I'm blessed to be this busy, so that I don't have to. I'm not gonna find someone.
no, I'm busy too, but it would be nice.
Yeah,
like,
it would.
I guess. I don't know.
I know a couple guys.
No, I'm good. Like at the moment, I'm good. Like whoever God brings me, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna go out of my way to catch a fish. Like I'm fine.
But you're ready.
I don't know if I'm ready.
Oh, then what do you want?
I don't know. I'm just scared. I'm like, maybe.
You'll find something.
Okay. Should we move on?
Yeah. Please.
Describe a time when you felt seen. Ooh.
Scene.
Okay. Yeah.
Can we come back to that question?
Really?
I think it's a good question.
I think it's
You
a good
think?
question too.
Yeah, but what does scene mean?
Yeah. Define scene.
My definition? Or-
Yeah. What do you like if you would have to answer the
Yeah.
question?
Well, guys.
What's scene to you? Like on a stage or?
No, scene
Got-
would probably be like you just feel like the people surrounding you are kind of like empowering you, maybe giving you like a push,
I love that.
right?
That's actually a better
You
way to
feel
look at it.
acknowledged.
Okay, yeah, feeling like people recognize. You better recognize.
I don't know. I feel like I see myself. I don't really wait for someone
No,
to
you,
see
honestly,
me to be
I
seen.
will never feel like sometimes you do feel like, yo, I don't need anybody. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
but
within
when have you
myself.
felt like noticed or
But
maybe
when-
acknowledged
yeah.
for your hard work or
When
whatever?
you feel acknowledged, it's like a whole other level
It
of
is
being
nice.
seen. You know what I mean? Like, you always see yourself. You're always looking in the mirror. You're always like, you did this, you're good, you're great, you did that, you're accomplished.
But
Good
when
job.
does someone else realize
But when
it?
somebody else realizes it, you're like, oh my God, great.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really couldn't care less if someone noticed me.
You need to open your
That is not true.
I really couldn't
Well-
care less because like everyone has a different opinion. So why should someone's opinion like, oh, that's good, and someone's like, oh no, that's bad. I'm like, oh, which one? Pick and choose. Like what
Yeah,
I
but-
think is good is what I'm gonna.
No, it's like what you think is good, but if somebody agrees with
Like,
what you think
appreciates
is good.
it.
Do you understand what I mean? So negative opinions is like everyone. That's
Okay,
whatever.
so for the
It's like a different.
for the art show that we had, did you come?
Yeah.
On campus,
Yeah,
did you
yeah.
come?
No, I
Okay,
was. at
So
work.
I had my journals there, and they're art journals, and then there's a lot of like personal information in there because it's also like a diary to me. But so people were looking through it, and they were like taking photos of it. They're like,
I
this
was
is
too.
so They're like, this is so creative. This is so nice, and like they were inspired by like Noora, like they just loved that form of art that I was displaying, and I was like, I felt very vulnerable. Like I remember I was like don't fucking touch it. Don't touch my work.
pictures.
And I'm like, why are you taking pictures? What are you reading? But then I was like, I feel like this is inspiring them and or whatever it is doing to them. And I'm like, okay. Like I
literally
liked being seen
still-
for that.
I still remember that page, and I literally messaged
Which
you
one?
about it. How much you've grown since last July.
yeah.
I literally like,
Yeah.
I don't know why it touched my heart. I was just like, same.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Where were you?
July? Are we at the mall?
And Alaska.
I was not up.
You guys want to move on?
Okay. What
Who's
about you?
filing?
Oh, Sarah. Did
Oh,
you
yeah.
want to
Oh
answer?
God. I don't know. I think that like last year I showed last 2018. I showed in a gallery for the first time. So I think that was like a
Wow.
really big deal for me as far as like reassuring thing that I can keep
I
my
love
art
that.
going.
Aw.
Yeah, because I had just gotten into it. I started in 2017. So like
Really?
it's very new. So that was
I
just
feel
like,
like
all right,
it's
keep going.
you entirely.
What's
Ah,
your art
I
Thank
form?
love
you.
it.
I try. I've like assumed the form. My art form is mostly abstract acrylic painting.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. So it's still pretty new. It's getting developed, but we'll see what
I
happens.
gotta
with it.
take your information later.
Yes, please. I know this is so cool. Everyone's into that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next question? Okay, go ahead.
All right,
You want to do one?
let's do it. Okay, that's a good one, but I feel like they're all just really deep. Oh my god.
Okay.
All right. What's one insecurity that you find hard to talk about?
I like that. These are so deep.
The thing is, I know exactly, but I hate that I want to say it.
Just
That's
say it.
okay. Do it.
My biggest
Kind of empowering to say
insecurity.
it.
What was the question again?
One insecurity you find hard to talk about.
Oh my god. Only me and my therapist talk about this, but okay. An insecurity of mine is my weight. I'm not overweight. I'm good, but I was much thinner, and I've always been thin my whole life, and I'm not used to being overweight. But I went through, well, I'm not overweight, but like
Yeah.
I'm thicker than I'm used to.
You stick with 2 C's.
3 C's. No. I'm just not used to that, so it makes me super uncomfortable. It makes me insecure, and mostly it makes me insecure because I gained the weight through a really hard year, a really hard year,
So
and
it's not good weight. That's what
no,
you feel
no,
it's
like
not.
if it was like gains weight, like
Yeah.
I went to the gym and I ate well, and this is why I'm the way I am, then I'd be like pat myself on the back like you Gucci, you know.
Yeah.
But I gained the weight depressed.
Yeah.
And when
So
I
it's
see
not happy
myself,
weight.
no, when I see
Yeah.
myself, I'm like, you have grown so much.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
why do you know?
I feel like you have a negative connotation with it.
yeah, definitely. It's definitely negative. But,
But
it's
with
not.
3 C's,
But
embrace
it's not
it.
bad. I'm not saying I look ugly. I'm not
Yeah.
saying it's bad.
It's just you have a negative connotation with it.
there you go. I gained the weight in the
In a bad time.
very bad time,
Mm-hmm.
and
So
it just
dissociating.
reminds me.
So that's actually really funny because that was the one I was gonna say of my own insecurity.
Oh my
And like the
God.
second you said me and my therapist only talk about this, I was like, hey, same. So yeah, no, but it's funny because like I actually went through the opposite where I lost a lot of weight from a bad year, and I'm finally gaining it back, and now that's hard. It's like whoa, like. Because now I'm used to.
It's like, oh, I'm brave now.
Well, it's like I'm brave, but
Yeah.
also like I got so used to looking one way, now I look this way, and like
Yeah.
I'm
It's
not.
weird.
Again, I'm not overweight, but it's like, oh my God, that's more weight than before.
Yeah.
But I think that's actually a really good thing to address because I think especially with social media, that's like a really, really common thing. But one thing, are we allowed to swear on this? I don't know. My therapist at the end of our session, because she had given me like a lot of details about where that kind of stems from. And I thought it was really interesting, so I'll just give you guys like a really quick rundown.
Please do.
But basically the idea of weight and the insecurity in it actually stems from the patriarchy. But blame men for everything. But no, no,
Yes,
kidding.
here for it.
She like stood up at the end of our session and she's like, fuck the patriarchy. And I was like, yes! And like, it's just a really good thing to actually research because once you do, and then you already know where it came from, like why you feel that way, you're able to kind of, I don't know, own it, I guess.
Okay.
Or yeah, like develop a better perspective on it.
There you go.
Because I think you look amazing.
Oh,
and I know
sweetheart.
that you know that.
3
It's just
Cs.
getting used to it. Yeah. But anyway, sorry for the F-bombs.
No.
That
But-
was helpful.
Also, I love men that just... Just saying. Don't take it personal.
I love that. Oh, I think you guys hearing same.
Do you guys want to answer? Or do you want
I don't.
to move on?
I have insecurities, but I'm not afraid to talk about them.
Oh,
I feel like
that's awesome.
I feel like I don't have anything. Like I feel like I'm an open book. I refuse to let something like weigh me down and hold me. Like I'm insecure about this. I'll say it and I'll claim it and I'll own it. And I don't know. I refuse to kind of just, you know, be weighed down by something that makes me feel bad. I don't know. Like I'm insecure about my nose.
Have you always been that way?
No, hell no. I used to be so insecure in middle school and in high school, and I think it was just because I wasn't around my own people.
There you go.
I was the only hijabi in the entire
Oh my God.
district.
Me too.
So relatable.
The district.
No,
Denver is
literally.
huge, and I hated it. I was horrible. I was like miserable, and like I would literally wear dresses with jeans and sneakers, and then someone's like, "You don't look like a normal kid," and I'm like, "I know."
Oh my
Oh,
God.
what the heck?
Especially,
Yeah.
oh my God, it starts in childhood.
So
honestly.
it does, but then I feel like when I moved here, like, and I had like a weird sense of fashion. I was immediately accepted, but everyone could still tell that I was an outsider. Everyone's like, "Where are you from?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?"
Colorado.
Colorado's not like
I
that.
know.
Not at all.
No, I'm sorry. Where is Colorado? You're so annoying.
Never heard of her.
We'll go. So I think a part of growing up and like becoming who I am, and like, you know, I'm still growing. I think it was just kind of just not letting anything weigh me down. Just kind of turning every weakness into a strength.
Okay.
I don't
I really like resonate with
Yeah.
that. I feel that a lot,
I don't know.
especially
I don't
now.
sound cocky.
No, but no,
No,
I feel that
it's
because I
growth.
felt like my whole life I've just been so insecure, just about everything. Like, oh, is my face like weird? Like, oh, should I do my eyebrows
Yeah.
different? Especially when I just like hit puberty and then forward, like 10 years old and on, I was just insecure about every single thing.
Yeah.
Like it's not just one thing. It was literally everything.
You're kind of just
So-
like, you don't like who you are
yeah,
inside
you
your
just
body.
don't like who you are. But I've come to a point, especially now I'm 19, like I grew up and I'm so out of that skin of that like small little shell of a girl
Yeah.
that just didn't know herself, and now I just feel like although I'm still like I still have insecurities and I'm still not perfect by any means at all, but I definitely own it a lot more. Like I'm definitely insecure about like different like my appearance sometimes, and just like I have these phases with myself, and it's just like up and down, but at the end of the day I still feel like I'm myself and I'm good, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
I feel like I was super, super duper insecure growing up. Same reason, because I was the only one and
Yeah, it
whatever.
sucks.
But I feel like my confidence came from religion, whereas yours came from maybe moving and seeing. And yours
Everyone
came
gave me
from
confidence.
I don't know. I feel like the more I learned about my religion, the more confident I became in who I am, and I became to love myself for who I am. That's when everything shifted. I don't know. I feel
Also, to back that up, I feel like your heart and who you are as a person also really comes out. And so I felt like that also really made me confident. Like I knew my heart and I knew who I was as a person. Like I know myself to be a very sweet and kind and good person.
You
So I'm
accepted
So I
yourself.
accepted myself as that, and then I started seeing myself in a better light instead of just being that constantly just like knocking myself down. You know what I mean? So I feel like that definitely plays a big part if you know yourself and you know your heart. So
Okay.
Next.
There's a couple questions. You guys can choose which one we will answer because I was being greedy. So, what has been your greatest learning experience? Is one. The other one is, when was the last time you cried?
Oh, I like that one.
And then, I'll know I'm in love when.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Not that one.
I don't know. I don't know what that is. I like the middle
I
one.
don't
When was
know
the
what
last time
that
you
is.
cried?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Answer.
This morning.
Really?
No, sorry. Someone else can take this. I don't cry very often.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't cry.
I'm gonna sound super duper weird, but I like force myself to cry.
Because
If I feel something and I feel sadness, if I'm annoyed or I'm frustrated, I will be like, cry, let it out.
See,
So
I
I
like
get like
yeah,
that.
me
no,
too.
I hate
Yeah.
I have to, because then I'll just lash out my mom or my dad
Right.
or my sister. So I'm like, no. So like, last time I cried was yesterday.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be straight up.
About what?
So I was just super frustrated with school. Like,
I hate
it's school.
School is
A common theme.
So I was just driving home, and I just felt I came out of class, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
like, ew, right? And I was like, you know what, Zena, cry, just cry. And I was like, okay. And I just started crying.
Because I need to learn how to do that,
Yeah.
because I used to, even sad movies. Like, I used to pride myself on the fact I've never cried to a movie. And then, the older I got, I was like, maybe that's a problem. Like, maybe I should be in touch with my emotions. So, and I noticed that. Like, I'll redirect, and
There you
it
go.
comes out in a way where it shouldn't. And it's like, okay, how do I address the problem? And maybe just, crying
Just
would be
sit in
a
your
good way to
car
do
and
it.
just,
let it happen.
you know, just go for it, you know?
Okay, so I can cry during movies, like sad movies or sad
Oh, you're a
parts
normal
of TV
person?
shows.
Okay.
Well, yeah, well.
All right.
But like, if I am sad or going through something, I actually push away my emotions. I'm literally like, I don't like how I feel. Here's the bag. Throw it away. We are not dealing with this. And then it'll like come back. Like, did you forget about me? Did you forget about that episode you had in November? Yeah. 2 months later, come on, cry, bitch.
Oh my god.
It's so annoying.
Oh my god.
But
When was the last time you cried?
I don't
I
know,
wanted
like,
the
but what
tea.
kind of cry are we talking about?
Like, just tears.
Good. Oh,
No,
I was
no,
gonna say,
no,
like,
no,
hefty.
like,
no,
Oh,
just
hefty?
a good cry.
Like, hefty?
I like
Oh, yeah.
good cries.
Like, you felt good after.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Oh, I
feel
never
ready.
felt
Oh, you never?
No, I
What's
feel
the
great
point?
after I
Crying.
Oh, I
cry.
wake up
I
immediately.
hate crying. Oh my god, because I barely ever cry. Like if
Okay,
I cry, I literally no one will ever see me cry because I literally hide myself.
Okay.
I don't know why there's such a weird air around crying that I literally run away.
I remember when I cried.
Okay, go ahead.
It was literally the day of the art show. I was so exhausted. I was up from the sunrise until night, and then it snowed, and then it was a
remember
blizzard,
that
and it was
day.
hard to drive, and then I had to go to Common Grace because I had to do something. And I remember I just sat in my car and I sobbed. So I was just exhausted. Like, nothing was wrong. I was just exhausted. So I just started crying and crying and crying. And then I couldn't breathe, so I stepped outside. Some strangers just staring at me. And I'm like, putting my head down so no one
I mean,
sees.
it's a normal human emotion. Why
Yeah,
should we
of
push
course.
it?
But I definitely feel like I only cry if something
Who's
really
really-
breaks my heart.
yeah.
I will
Right.
never just cry at a bad day or anything like that. I never cry. I feel
Because
like
I'm always like, it could be worse.
yeah, absolutely.
Oh, baby.
Crying is so negative to me. I just
I don't know.
cry.
I'm a Cancer, so we're really emotional.
Aquarius are emotional too. I
That's
feel like
true.
I'm so
What are you?
emotional.
I'm a Scorpio.
You are. You're my favorite. What are you?
Cancer, Sun, and Aquarius moon.
Ooh, I love
Yeah,
it.
it's like
I
a
love
lot.
it.
There's a
Okay.
lot
Oh
going on.
my god. Oh, well, last time I cried. I cried last time when my mom was telling me about my grandma because my grandma passed away last year. And she was just telling me something. It just hurt my heart.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't hurt my heart. It was a nice thing. Like she was like, so our lives have gotten progressively better over the years, and it seemed to have gotten better. Just I guess coincidentally after my grandma died.
Mhm.
So my mom just said something like, "Oh, your grandma was praying for us when she passed," and I just started bawling, and and it was just instant.
Aw.
Instant bawling. So
Okay.
stuff like that definitely makes me cry when it truly just touches my heart.
Sure.
But anyway,
Okay, so we're gonna wrap it up with one more question.
Okay.
Okay, the last
We don't have
question
to.
is, what makes you proud of being a Dearborn girl?
I'm proud to be a Dearborn girl. A Dearborn girl.
I hope people kill you. Oh my god! Do we look like cowboys?
Oh my god.
I am proud to be a Dearborn girl because we've made history. Come on. We've made history.
Say no more.
Yeah, I don't have to
Yeah.
say anymore. So that's why I'm proud. When I say I'm from Dearborn, I'm flip my hijab. I'm from Dearborn. Get out of my way.
I think I'm proud to be a Dearborn girl just because just because of the positivity that's around being a girl in our community, especially a Scarfie and like an Arab woman, and it has so much negativity around the U.S. that if you have this one thing in one city, you just feel so empowered to just walk outside and just be yourself, and you don't really care about anybody's like negative comments or anything like that. I feel like it's so empowering to be a Dearborn girl. Genuinely, just love being.
Oh yeah.
I like that. What about you? My favorite thing about being a Dearborn girl is that I feel at home. Like, I grew up, I spent, I think, 18 years of my life in a completely different city, different state. I'm from Denver, Colorado. And I moved here 3 years ago, but this place is home. I, like, genuinely just feel so at home here. Like, the environment, everything just kind of just welcomes you and embraces you for, like, everything that you are and everything you could be. And it's so weird, like, whenever I hear people talk about Dearborn, like, kind of bad. I'm like, what are you talking about? This place is amazing. And they're like, Noora, you just moved here. I'm like, no. I don't know. I think there's just something about Dearborn that...
There's a vibe.
Yeah, it's a vibe.
It's like a homey vibe.
It is. It's home.
Especially
it's like you step
like,
out, you
it's
feel
home.
the
with
difference.
us, because we're sisters, we move around a lot. We lived in Iraq, we lived in St. Louis, born and raised in St. Louis, so we've literally moved around, and I feel like we genuinely feel at home now.
I was actually planning on
Versus
moving in
everywhere.
May. I was gonna go move out, live alone for a couple, and I planned everything, and I was like, okay, I'm going. But then I was like, and then I left Dearborn on vacation. I missed it.
Yeah.
I was like, how can I live somewhere else? And I literally just canceled all my plans.
No way.
And I like spent all my money I
Wow.
saved.
Okay.
One way to do it.
Yeah.